To Jesse Dollymore from Weaver John C. Roseman, California. It's 7:09 in the morning, November 5th, 2023, the Daylight Savings Time day. Well, yeah, lighting's off. What the hell can I say about it? Caught your video concerning about the maggot pastor going absolutely stark raving mad. You really pick up the juicy ones. There's an acquaintance of mine out there in YouTube land who picked up on something from TMZ concerning about a lunatic lady. Goes on an airplane. I think this is about happening a few months ago. You keep track of the political stuff, but this nut job, I don't know what he was picking on, but this lady comes out of nowhere in a plane, starts screaming and yelling that she doesn't want to be there because there's some guy or not there or something like that. Next month later, you see on TMZ after doing this viral and it went global, they're interviewing this lady. She's sweet and timid and nice looking and oh, but I didn't realize what was going on except it didn't happen. And I'm like, my God, it's a Karen. You do the political Karens like crazy. Me, unfortunately, I'm checking things out because sometimes I get bored as hell, but I'm pressed for time. I got an essay to still do, and I still need to work in the damn shit. It's not dealing with mental health like I did in my English class, but no, this one's my math class, and we're dealing with how math affects us one way or another, or anything regarding math that we can impress the living crap out of our instructor. It's due about this week or next week, but I gotta pour in the coals on this shit. I don't hold back my language. On some occasions, I do hold back my language, but other times I don't hold back my language. I know there's sponsors out there who want to keep it nice and clean and Disney like. Sorry, I'm not that. When it comes down for video, I'll do what I say. I'll keep my language polite to a point in one video or another. And then on the regular videos, I let loose with a tirade on that one. It's just the way I am. I don't get corporate sponsorships that way. But then again, I pay for it out of my own limited pocketbook, shall we say. All right, getting back to it. So we got this pastor that you put out there. And he reminds me of some of those other pastors that you've also put out there too. Are they connected anywhere with Westboro Baptist Church somehow? Just a wild thought up my ass on that one. Because now we got these guys out there forcing the issue people's throats and saying if you're truly believers, then you will truly believe in Donald Trump. I'm like, you guys keep forgetting the Bible. You guys want to quote the Bible. You guys want to live by the Bible. You think you're Bible headed at this point over here, but you keep forgetting the damn shit. Now, I may not know every damn scripture word and everything else in there, but if I have a gist of it, I'll work with it. And the gist of it is God's pissed off at one particular thing. That's why he put up the first commandment in there. Thou shalt not worship any other God other than me. In the general gist. And Christ was worrying and trying to tell the people that, there's going to be false prophets out there. Don't listen to them. Well, guess what, boys and girls? We keep claiming everyone else has got a false prophet, and therefore we got to believe in Donald Trump. Because he's the real deal, isn't he? I'm like, oh my God, no, 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 no. He's like the Antichrist we're dealing with here. Maybe he is the Antichrist. And his family. Or just a bunch of grifters that people have actually got conned into it and don't want to admit it to themselves. Well, you're blasphemous. You're speaking wokeness. You're speaking in tongues. You're. I'm like, sorry, tongue's not forked. Just big, fat, and red. So I don't deal with forked tongues. I don't deal with snakes out there who are claiming that they are the word of God and therefore they should be worshipped. And if we've got the rapture coming over here, hey, I'll take front seat. If the rapture is coming down the Roseman, let's just say if the rapture actually happened between Edwards Air Force Base, where you got armies and see an army of scissors there. And then you got the confused town people of Roseman over here. This is what I've kept imagining sometimes. I'll probably hear some of the pastors and preachers going ape at this one. Maybe one or two of them may be going crazy for Trump, or maybe praying for forgiveness at this point over here. I kept imagining myself probably holding my dog, because she's probably going crazy at this point over here. And instead of bringing her back into the apartment complex, she's going to get nailed by something else, something from the sky ready to fall on it and crush her to death. I'll just probably go up among the people, go up to the front of the thing. Do your worst. Do your worst. If it is the rapture, and if it is going to be an angel from God coming down there, I expect him is going to be looking at me. Probably a big, tall Metron guy. Or maybe he's going to be maybe about 6 foot, maybe. They're probably looking at me curious. So, what? We need a universal translator? These people are afraid that you're going to be putting the thumb of God on them and squishing them to death. God's pissed off. Well, if he's pissed off, don't do it to my girl. Do it to me. But I didn't follow anybody else. I didn't want to believe in anybody else. And the thing is, I still had issues dealing with God and Jesus because of the stuff I'd gone through at this point over here. And I still have to go through a lifelong reconciliation. And if I happen to do any good works in the meantime, well, then I do good works. If I'm going to be out there cursing and cussing at people, I curse and cussing at people. But then again, I have to keep thinking about this one here. You know, what goes around comes around. I understand that. And probably a lot more on the guy who's cursing. Me. So I'll be expecting the universe to pull full force on me and squish me out of existence. But if you're going to be squishing out an apartment, I'm going to be leaving my dog in there. I'm going to be awfully pissed about it. So I'm bringing her with me. Not for protection. And not for my protection. I'm just saying, you don't harm her. You don't harm my dog. If God's a dog man, he don't harm dogs. She'll be running around afraid and wondering what the hell's going on. She'll be blind as hell. But if she happens to see the angel, will she run up to him? Will she know him? And if she did know him, I guess they would be having some kind of reconciliation of sorts. And of course, the guy or the angel is probably going to be looking at me probably with pained eyes. Why would you say and do these things? The Father is not displeased with you. I'll probably tell him, I'm displeased with everything else going on around here that I didn't have any control over. But the thing is, what my job was being a witness and trying to record as much as I can, but I didn't. How am I supposed to be recording people's reactions of freaking out left and right because these things are happening right now? They believe that Trump is the messenger from God. And if he is the Antichrist, what did I do to stop this schmuck in the first place? I failed in that duty. But I sure as hell didn't want to be caught up in the anger rapture. Angry at everybody else and be tossed out of like that. You know, reacting to every mean thing happening. It just wasn't done. I didn't do right with the human beings enough, or if any, that I recognized. I worried about a lot of people. I tried to care for what I could. I didn't do enough. And maybe I'd be reminded by the angel of somewhere in Luke that I was reading off of. And maybe from the Be Happy Attitudes. I don't know. Maybe God would be gracious enough to send down Robert H. Schuller. Or better yet, one of my other former pastors as an angel. It'd be nice to see Bob Hillman. I miss those guys. And I guess he probably would have an issue with me sometimes. We didn't send you out here to be this person. We said, God sent you down here to live, to experience, to learn, to grow. Did I learn? Did I live? Did I grow? I was also down here to serve, wasn't I? To serve people as best as I could, and I'd failed in that one. Because I guess I didn't do a good enough job. I don't toot the horn and say, look what I have done, look what I have done. Yeah, I talk about being a caregiver at time to time. Because to me, is the most important thing in my life. I may not have thought it, but I kept thinking survival at that point. But deep in my heart, I knew I was trying to take care of Ma and Dave the best I could, and I loved them a great deal. And despite all the stuff happening and all the crap happening, I don't blame them one damn bit. I don't. Some mistakes happen, they were mine. I have to live up to them. I have to. It's part of being accountable, transparent, and responsible. Doesn't mean I'm perfect at it. I'm piss poor perfect at this thing. Therefore, I should not be this way or that way. Ha ha ha. Give me a break. And yeah, I hear the people trying to be other things to other people. I think I tried to give up that thing a long time ago when I lost family. And just say, screw it. I am what I am. They don't like it. I don't give a shit. If I lose friends and family, then I lose friends and family. So if I am not the most perfect guy in front of God's face, I guess I don't mean it. Well, wasn't there somewhere in the Bible that Jesus would come back down to weed out the sheep for the goats? Well, do I got enough horns in my head for the goats? Sheep I ain't. Calling me a black sheep. Meaning I'm a rebel. But then again, what am I rebelling against? What am I rebelling against? For a long time, I've had anger issues. I've had resentment issues. Coming back to life, I didn't have the understanding back then. I understood as a child. I'm older, lost a lot of people, heartache like crazy, and going through the motions and going through the physical and mental. And I could tell the angel if he was voice piece or mouthpiece of God, I would probably tell him, look, I'm doing the best I can. I lost a lot. I don't blame him. Things happen. These days I can figure it out and just say it and accept it as is. I won't like it. I'll mourn like crazy. I'll add it to another list of grieving and mourning every time I keep losing family and friends one way or another. Because I always want them around me. I always wanted to feel safe and secure. Being alone sucks in more ways than one. Someone else might come over here and try to sway me to think about this way or that way. Probably. But not likely. Oh, yeah, there'll be some things happening left and right, but in the morning I still have to wake up with the aches and pains. I still have to deal with the drudge. I have to deal with the drudge. I have to wake up and look at myself in the mirror. I wonder who the hell this guy in the mirror is. If I don't know who the hell he is, then I'm really in trouble. But if I know who and what that broken old face of a man is, then I guess maybe I do know what the hell's going on. And maybe I'm still struggling like crazy trying to live and deal with life on life's terms. Maybe God will forgive me on that one. Or maybe he expects me to be that way. I don't know. Either way, I don't listen too good sometimes. I wish I had. I know God speaks with a strong, commanding, silent voice. We always expect a booming thing coming down from the sky and telling us what to do or advise something. Little hidden whispers in the shoulder, right into the ear. Of course, you have the other ear being filled up with the other crap as well. What we should do, what we shouldn't do, what we need to do, what has to be done, what needs to be done. And there's other guys saying, let's party hardy, let's go crazy, let's do this, let's do that. And then you wind up worse than you are, physically, emotionally, and spiritually. Yeah. But am I going to be drowning around? Am I going to be putting up a banner saying what I did, here's my things, and I'm proud of it, and puff out the chest like that? Screw it. That's my damn coffee. I know that I'm a fool, I'm an idiot. Goes without saying. I'm not trying to tell people how to live their lives. What I am going to suggest about them, they try to live it the best that they can. They do the best they can. Even though it means you're going to be screwing over the next guy one way or another because you want to get yours. Get yours before everybody else does and then screw everybody else at the same damn time. I can't live with that one either. It's just not me. It isn't. I'm doing the best I can for right now. I'm not stressing over that. I hear these maggot people on here. The progressive media and those are the independent media out there, they call themselves. They put this shit out here saying, look at this guy, look at that guy, look at this, you gotta look at this, look how crazy they are. Yeah, well, now we get into the judgmental phase, don't we? And I probably am one of those schmucks anyway. That brings light to these assholes. Because they want to preach fire and brimstone and everything else to scare living crap out of you. Isn't that what they kept calling about the Baptists those days? Or even currently these days? Especially the ones who think that they are a little bit more morally superior. And I could be called that way. I could be called that way. I mean, maybe I should have been called that way a long time ago, but I really wasn't that way. But if they want to call it that way, fine, here I am. I'll take the insults. I'll take the verbiage. You're gonna tell me that my mother and my brother are screwed up in the head, or this or that, or everything else? They didn't love you. They didn't do this. They didn't do that. How dare you? And the only thing I know in my heart at this point over here, regarding my own family, I did the best with them. They did the best with me, and we were a family. We were a unit. We weren't the perfect family, but then again, what was perfection? We loved each other. That's the thing that we did. And we grieved hard. My brother, my brother had a hard time grieving. He always wanted to prove to the world that he was a tough guy. Inside, I know he was tender, and he tried to show his tenderness in other ways. But when it came down from Mama's passage, that was the thing that he really had to run away from because inside, yeah, he was firstborn, and this hit him harder than anything else. He didn't want to show it to me. He didn't want to show it to the world. But God already knew about him and his breakage inside. He kept trying to prop up all the veneer and facade he could. Because he understood more and more of the pain. He lived it. He saw many people. But the one thing he couldn't deal with as a kid, and this is he hadn't talked to me about this one. He couldn't deal with my passage, and he was happier than anything else when I lived. I guess in that moment he vowed nothing else was going to harm me. He didn't think of it at the time when we actually had a bit of a car wreck. He still took it upon himself. Still took heavy duty responsibility. He was firstborn. It was his job. It was his job to protect his baby brother. And his baby brother had to learn how to take care of him. Even to the point, even losing my brother to the streets, and him coming back from the streets broken, even worse. At least his baby brother tried to take care of him as best as I could. We watched each other's back. We weren't perfect at the damn thing. There was no way in hell we were. Yeah, we got in so much fights with mom, not even funny on that one. But the thing is, we also celebrated each other's company. We celebrated each other. I guess if those are qualities of a family, then maybe I'm guilty of it. As for following people blindly, they don't know what their center is. They don't know who and what they are. My observation. My observation for myself, I'm one broken down pain in the ass. I made promises I was going to do, and then unfortunately I kept breaking them left and right. Promises to get my laundry done. I haven't got that damn thing done yet. It's been over a month. And they build up real fast, too. I can only spend so much on fresh, clean clothing before they get destroyed and to be put into the laundry. Waste. But I still got to get that all cleaned up anyway. Yeah, looking at breakfast this morning. I'll get the solid stuff right afterwards. I just wanted to say this. I am me. I follow what I've taught. I've been taught. I follow my gut and my heart. I don't go for lunatics. If they want to jump up and down and look like a damn fool, then they are the damn fool. They're looking for that. They have an ego problem. I don't. Of course, you'd be asking me why I do these videos in the first place, and I kept telling people, this is a lifeboat, damn it. I didn't expect any followers. I didn't expect any subscribers. I didn't expect anybody. But the thing is, I tell about my story. I tell them about what I'm going through. My thoughts, my feelings, my emotions, my roller coasters. Dealing with grief, dealing with pain, dealing with joy if I happen to get it. Dealing with viewpoints, observations, and talking about classwork if I've got it. This is my story. When I'm gone, that's all I've got left. Everything else is dust in the wind. There's a lot of things in here that people would probably prize and treasure for a while. I know I have for a long while. But in the bottom line, it's what we take with us in our head and our hearts. Am I ready to go? No. I'm still got stuff to do down here first. God knows that. But it doesn't mean I'm going to be following all these freaking lunatics out there who keep screaming and yelling our damn heads off. It's like I want to stuff my ears with cotton and just walk right past these morons. Man, how many times they keep trying to wave their hands at me saying, look at me, look at me, look at me. Why? How dare you? Well, it's your pride and your ego at work, not mine. Bye. You'll be blasphemous. You'll be dead. You'll be you. Have a nice heart attack. Next thing I'll probably feel on the ground is the vibration of their body hitting there. And then that's it. I walk by the lunatics and fools and idiots screaming their heads off. And right behind them, there's a long line of bodies. What's that mean? Well, they gave her their heart and soul to some stupidity. Actually, to some stupidity. And never bothered to learn anything at all. Never to care about anything else in life that matters the most. And all I want to do is shuck and jive and con people left and right. I'm not here to do that. It's not my job. tell a story. I'm not perfect at it. I'm not famous at it. I may get famous afterwards. I don't know. But right now, I'm not pushing it. I'm pushing my stuff. And I'm putting it on record. And the record will hopefully stay out there as long as the zeros and ones proclaim it to be such. And this got still have power in the servers to keep it going. If not, then I'm just like everybody else, a memory. But I wanted to keep some memories alive. Even the pictures I've got concerning about memories of old places and people, family, friends, they matter to me. They matter to me. In this world, the only thing we got is the memories. And the next, I don't know. I'm not looking forward to it just yet. I'm still trying to deal and cope with this one here first. So with that,